In this video, I will create sign up page and we will complete this OTP authentication with login and sign up also. Whatever we did in the last lecture for login process, it is completely same for sign up. Just because when we talk about login with OTP, then we don't get separate options for login and sign up. We only get one function from Firebase, which is verify phone number, and we handle all of the process manually. So what we need to do in this tutorial, I will create another block which is going to be sign up block, and also I will create sign up page, and whenever user will receive OTP on sign up button and on send OTP button, we will let the user to log in into the application if the credentials are correct. And right after that, I will save user data into my database, which is Firebase, and we will keep that data in Firestore storage. That will be the sign up process. And then we need to make some changes into our login process that we already finished. When the user will try to log in into the application, we will check the registration status. If the user has account already, then we will let the user to log in into the application. Otherwise, we will ask the user to sign up first and log in, and then you will be able to log in into the application. So let's get started. First of all, we need to create our sign up UI. We already have this login UI, and now we need to create sign up UI. So sign up form will be pretty much similar to this login form. For that, I will copy this whole scaffold from here, including this height and width variables. I will create another class in screens directory. I will name it sign up screen. And here I will take stateful widget. I will name it sign up screen. Here I will paste the scaffold that I copied from login class. And we need to import some libraries. And also we will face some errors on here. For that, we need to copy the other stuff from login screen. For example, these controllers. And I will not copy this block object just because we are going to create another block for our sign up screen. Rest of the variables I will copy from here. And I will go back to the login class. And also I will copy this part from here. Just because similarly to the login screen, whenever user is entering his number, we will not ask the user for password. Else in case of email only, we will ask user for password. And we are all done. And also we need to dispose our controller. So I'll copy these from here. And I will override dispose method. Now we will get errors in block consumer just because we don't have a block for this class. And let's create a block for sign up screen. I will create another folder on here. I will name it sign up block, just like we created for the login screen. And I will create 3 more dot files inside this sign up block folder. Sign up events, sign up states, sign up block. And now I will go to the login events, and I will copy all of these events from here. And I will paste these events inside this sign up block, and I will just replace this login with sign up. And also I will add sign up after each event to differentiate these events from login events. And also we need to change constructor names just because we are changing class name. And I cannot refactor on here just because if I will refactor it, then it will make a change everywhere on here and also in the login class that we don't want. And now let's go to the states class, and I will copy all of the states from here and I will paste these states inside signup states class, and I will replace this login with signup. And also I will add sign up after each state. And also we need to change constructor names. And now let's go to the login block, and I will copy this block from here and I will paste this block inside signup block, and I will just change login with signup. And also this time we need sign up events on here and sign up states. Also we need to change constructor name. And we need to add sign up after this one. And also we need to add sign up after this one also. And that's it, we are done with sign up block. And let's go back to the sign up screen, and this time we need a block object on here which is going to be the sign up block. Sign up block is equal to sign up block, and we need to assign initial state in this blocks parameter. So I will call initial state, and this one is initial state for sign up block just because we have sign up that we just edited. And now let's go back to the consumer, and here we need to call sign up block instead of login block, and also sign up state. And here I will call sign up block object that I just created. and here we just need to add sign up after every state and event that we are calling in the screen. I will change this login block to sign up block object. And also here I will change it to sign up block, and I will add sign up after this one, so we don't have any errors on here. And now we need to make some change into our sign up block, just because its behavior is going to be different from login block. And for that, first of all, I will go to my auth model class, and I will create another function to store user data into Firebase backend. Whenever the user will be logged in, we will store its data into the backend. Its return type will be future of string, and I will name it add user to DB. And here I need user object. So for that, I will leave this function as it is, unimplemented. I will just return an empty string from here, and I will create a model of user. And before creating that model, let's decorate our user interface. So I will run the application again, and this time I will go to the sign up screen, and we don't have anything on this sign up screen, just because we already created a sign up screen. And now I duplicated that screen, and now we have two sign up screen, and it's calling the first one. So this is the first one sign up screen that I created in the last tutorial. So I will delete this one from here, just because we don't need this anymore. Delete anyway. And now we have this sign up screen, and I will call this sign up screen on this button. Okay, now let's run the application again, and we need to remove this import from here, just because this class doesn't exist anymore. Okay, here we have this login or sign up page. Let's click on this sign up button, and here you will see the same screen as login screen, just because we copied everything from the login class. Let's change this screen. For that, I will go to my sign up screen, and I will search for login to your magic diary, and I will change it to register to magic diary. Also, we need name of user. For that, I will create another text field on here. I will copy these three widgets, and I will paste these three widgets on here. And also I will copy this sized box, and I will paste this size box between email and username field. Now we have two email fields, which means we can change one field to username field. And I will ask full name, and in the text field I will change this hint to enter your name. And let's see, now we have this email field. We just need to change our controller. So let's create another controller. I will name it name controller, and also we need to initialize this one, name controller, and also we need to dispose this controller. And now we need to change this email controller to name controller, and that's it. And we need to restart our project to listen to the init state. And now we have this sign up page on here, and also we need to change this login text to sign up. And now let's create a model. In the models directory, I will create a new dart file. I will name it user, and here I will create another class. I will name it user model, and we need three things on here. First one would be full name, and second one will be email or phone, and third one is going to be the password, which can be null in case of OTP authentication. But if user is entering email, then we will ask for password also, and we will send all of this data to backend. Okay, let me generate data class section for this. Let's go to the auth model class. We need to create this function now at user to db, and I will call try catch on here, and in the try part I will put await, and after that I will call database, which is basically an object of Firebase Firestore dot. We will create a collection of users dot document, and I will name document of to current users UID. This UID will be unique, so it will behave like a primary key for every user. And then I will set user object, and for that we need to take that user model into parameter, and here I will set user dot to map, and that user will be saved inside this users collection whenever we will pass the new user to this function. Let me reformat the code for you, and also I will put a print statement on here to check if the things are going right. And right after that I will return success, and in catch I will return something went wrong, and also I will concatenate the real error which is coming from this E that we are catching. And now I will remove this return from here, and we are done with Firestore thing. And now let's go back to our signup block, and now come to this event on phone auth verification completed event signup, and I will not emit this loaded state on here, just because after this one I need to add user data to Firebase. So after this signup screen OTP success signup state, I will emit loading state again, this one, and after this one I will create a variable on here. I will name this variable data storage result, and I will assign an empty string to this variable, and here I will call this variable, and I will store the result of storing data to the Firebase. Now it's expecting the user that we want to store into the Firebase. So let's create that user into our events class, and also we need to put async modifier on here. Let's go back to our on phone verification completed event, and here I will take an object of user, and I will make it required, and now I will do event dot user model. So this user will be added into the backend, and here I will check if data storage result is equal success, just because I'm in the case of success I'm returning this success on here. So if our data storage result is success, then I will emit loaded state, this one, and else I will emit error state, and it will ask me for the error. So if this data storage result is not bringing success, then it's obvious that it will bring an error. So I will call this variable on here. So in case of success we will get the loaded state, and in case of error we will get the error state with an error whatever coming from the Firebase. And also now we have two errors on here. Now we need to take our user object into other events also. We need to take this object on here also, just because the user will pass the real user object from UI to this event, and also on here it must be required also, and also here. Here we already have this user model object. So let's go back to our signup block. Now it will ask for user model object. So now we can assign the user model object by taking from the event. And also here we need to give user model object, and we can get the object from event. Just like that on here also. So now we don't have any errors in our block class. Now let's go back to our UI, and here we need to pass user model object, of course. So I will call new user model, and this user model will ask for email or phone. So I will fill this property with email controller dot text, and also it will ask for full name. I will fill this property by calling name controller dot text, and also it will ask for password. I will fill this property from password controller dot text, and also I will check if it's null. Then I will send an empty string, and I will write null in this empty string. And let's copy this user model object from here, and also we need to pass this user model object on here. Now we do not have any errors in our UI, and we are done with sign up process. Now what will happen whenever the user will sign up by entering his credentials? First we will log in the user into the application, and then we will store user data into our backend. And for that we are doing this. We are calling this right after sign up. We are calling this add user to DB function on here that I created in the auth model class, this one. And now to make the difference between sign up and login, we need to make some changes into our login block. And for that, what I will do, whenever the user will try to log in without doing sign up, then I will ask the user to please sign up first and then log back into the application. And for that we need to check registration status of the user, and there is no method provided by Firebase, so we will have to do that manually. For that we need to create another function in our auth model class. Its data type will be future of string, and I will name it check registration status. It will be async, and I will call try document snapshot of map of string dynamic. I will name this variable user data, and I will store user data by getting from Firebase into this variable dot database dot collection users dot document auth model dot authentication dot current user dot uid dot get. I will get the user data, and I will store that user data into this variable if that user is exist into the backend. And now I will check in the try section if user data of registration flag is equal true, then I will return success. Else I will return please sign up to Magic Diary before signing in. And also after this try bracket I will catch the exception if there is no user data, and I will return the same message that I am returning on here. So whenever the user will try to log in, if that user data doesn't exist in the backend, then we will ask the user to create an account first and then log in back. And also I will copy this name from here, and I will go to the user model, and I will create another boolean variable, and I will make it false initially. And also in the user model constructor I will make it false. by default. Now I will go to toMap function and I will paste that name on here also, and I will call this dot registration flag. And also we need to change our from map function, and I will say registration flag of map of as boolean, and I will wrap this inside single quotes. And that's it. We need to remove this library, and also we have one error, and we need to remove this semicolon and put comma after this one. And now I will go back to my signup screen and I will call user model object, and here we have this user model object, and in this object now we get another property which is registration flag, and we will make it true when we are signing up into the application. And also we will make it true on here in the user object registration flag. I will make it true. We are using only 2 times this model on our signup screen. We made this flag true for both of these models. In the login part, we will not add this flag. This is for just for the signup screen, and otherwise it will remain false. And now let's go back to our signup block, and before logging in the user into the application, we need to add this registration status, and I will create another variable on here of string data type. I will name it result of checking registration status, and I will assign empty string. And now let's go back to this event on phone authentication verification completed event, and now I will not add loaded state on here. I will emit loading state, and right after that I will call this result of checking registration status, and I will store the registration status into this variable auth model dot checking registration status. Now whatever registration status is coming from this function will be stored inside this variable, and also we need to make it async. And here I will check if registration status is equal success, I will emit loaded state, else I will emit error state. And also we will pass in the error, we will pass the registration status. And before this before emitting this error status, I will log out the user from application, because it's directly trying to log in into the application before creating an account. Here I will call auth model object, I will call authentication, and then I will sign out the user from the application. And that's it. We are done with OTP authentication. We covered both parts, login and sign up, using BLoC and Firebase. So if you have any confusions, you can ask me in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.